Right, I'm about to put the barrels back on. So I've got the name and stuff now, but terrible. Well seal, that's what I'm talking of. Well seal under the gasket, and I've also coated the other face on the barrels. A couple of bits of wood under here just to support the pistons. I didn't have any proper ring compressors of that size, so I've just cut some drain pipe up and just lightly secured it with some cable ties, so hopefully that'll work. If it doesn't, I'm going to have to go back to kind of manually trying to ease them in, which is easy enough with one piston, but when you're trying to do two at once, it's not that easy. Right, so let's just go for it. I think I might just get around the other side. I think let's slide these on. Just want to get a bit more oil in these balls first. Have oiled the pistons up. Try not to touch the surface with the well seal on. There we go. On. This one's a little bit tighter. Yeah, piston ring's pinned out there now, look. I don't think these are, no they're not sitting level. That's the trouble. Back further.
Oh, my horn.
No.
How are you getting on with it?
Big trick to try and get these bloody piston rings in.
Thingy.
Get one in, one pin out.
Yes, that start better, does it, the Honda?
Yeah.
Shall I try starting it?
No, it'll start okay. It's just
Because
the petrol on it at the minute anyway.
Oh no, because the tank.
Yeah, I'm doing the tank. Now I think I'm going to have to reset these rings. Doesn't do. Cut that off and redo it. Come on. Get these in the same position. I think that's half the trouble. Two in. Right. There, that went straight on that time. Just need to get the wood out. There, that's on. Right, I'm going to put this put the rockers back in. I've got some new parts, new shims, washers, and new Thackeray washers, Thackeray springs, and also got a couple of new adjusters for the exhaust because they were dimpled. Yeah, basically I've got these separately bagged up. Leave the push rods in there for now. They've all been flushed through the parts washer. That nut was a little bit tight on there. Mucking, I think. That's better. Just a bit of mug in there, I think. Right. So, big end is that end. So, get a bit of oil in there to start with, I think. Bit of oil on here. Right, so there was a big washer. I think that just sits in there as far as I can remember, yeah. So there's a big washer and a Thackeray. Which one to go on? There. One of them. Right, we're upside down here, aren't we? If I can get that to sit. There we go. Come on. A bit like Chinese puzzle. Pokey pokey. Washer in there. There for now, because I've got to get that back anyway. Right, so there'll be another washer and the other rocker. Bit of oil. It's certainly a lot easier to take the bits and out and put back together. Because you can't quite tell which one that's hooked up on. Right, push that back a bit. So now you want another factory, another washer. Hang on, no, that is different size, that end of that. That has one of those ones. Where's that hooked up? Nearly there. A little tappy tap. Right, oh, these are loose. That's that one done. So it's got the exhaust to do now, which is same process really. Right, so with the exhaust side, because you can't even get these bolts in with the shaft in place, the rocker shaft or spindle, let alone torque them up, I'm gonna fix this on the bike first and then torque these down, or torque everything down, and then put the spindle in. I can get over the ones with the, well, I hope I can, with the nuts on, the studs. I've made this little kind of crow's foot up, which hopefully will, done it the right way around, have I? Yeah. So hopefully I can get on these stud nuts and torque them. Just have to remember to keep the torque wrench at a right angle degree to doing them. I think I should be able to get to them alright, and everything else I can do from the top. Yeah, that's going to make this getting that spindle in a little bit fiddly, but at least I can get everything torqued down correctly. So I think that will be putting this on now. I think I'll also drop the other little bolt in that goes in the middle there, because that's all good to get to. Yeah, and then get it on there. Right, so got a freshly nailed copper gasket on there, and there's the head, which needs a little bit of a twist to get that in there, because this stud here gets in the way of that frame, so it has to sort of go in at a bit of a funny angle. And get that rear one in first. Like that. It should swing round now. He says that should swing round. Let's get it in the right angle. Oh, there we go. Right, a little bit of jiggle jiggle, get that down. Right, there we go. So I'll now get the bolts in. That middle one is in there ready. One there, one in there. One in there. One in there. And I'll see the 4 nuts. Right, so what I'll do, I'll just tighten all those down, torque them up. See, starting in the middle, working out as usual, and then get this other rocker in, this other rocker shaft. So I'll just switch the camera off and get it out of the way. Right, so that's on, torque down got this other one in. It's a little bit more tricky to do it on the bike, but at least I could get them torqued down properly. So now I've just got to get the push rods in. So I've got the two short ones, which are the inlets. They go on the outer tappets or cam followers, and the long ones go on the inner ones, the exhaust ones on the inner. So I'll get those in and then adjust them. Just want a bit of oil. I'll just get a little more down in there as well. It is pretty dark down there. I think I'm going to have to get the torch in. At least check anyway, because I can't see a thing down there. Right, they're on something. Whether that's the right something is another matter. That one is, this one isn't. Let's try it on the other side. Right, they're on. That's in the wrong position, so I can't get that one on there. Or that one. Going to rotate the engine a little bit. I think what I'll do is get these two on, so they're not going to move, and then I'll tackle the other ones. Right, so it's got to be a little bit fiddling around. You can't really see anything, so I'll just switch the old camera off for a minute. There we are. Push rods are in. Not that you can probably see anything down there. Rubbish torch. Yep, so they're in. Tappets adjusted. So it's 8 thou on the inlet, 10 thou on the exhaust. Yeah, really easy to do on these. Easy to get to, easy to adjust. Might just get some new nuts actually. That one and that one, a couple of little bits of rounded spots on them, so might replace those at some point. But yeah, all done. Yeah, fairly easy to do. So when this one is at full compression, spring, adjust that one, and when that's at full compression on the spring, adjust that one, and the same with the exhaust. Yeah, so it's really straightforward actually. So what is next? Well, obviously rocker box cover, although I do need a stud, and you won't believe it, but trying to get a stud for there is not easy. Doesn't seem to be anyone that's got any in stock of that size, so we'll keep searching for that. What was on there was a bolt. Where are we? Somewhere, oh there's here, yeah. That bolt was what was in there, so I could put that back temporary, although it isn't really the correct thing. Yeah, it's got that little cable clip on there. So I suppose I could use that until I can find the suitable or the correct stud. Simply got to find short ones and longer ones, but not the correct one. So now that is on, I've just got to go around with some acetone and mop up the excess well seal that is round there. Just put a paint in there possibly. And what will be next? Oh, the clutch. I've got to do the clutch. And get this side back on. Points, although I've got electronic ignition to go on here, so I should be fitting electronic ignition. So that can now be done. Yeah, and then basically that is the engine done, apart from carburetor. Rear chain's got to go on. I'm trying to think what else. Exhaust pipes. Well, I'll probably leave them to last, but yeah, that bit has gone quite quick, really.